Today we are playing Aether Drift. We're playing Monument to Endurance. This was the #1 rare from the set in my set review. Not necessarily because I think it's going to guaranteed be the best card out of the rares, but I was definitely most excited to build around this card, and I'm going to try and break this card right in half, and brew around it. So Monument to Endurance, it is a 3-mana artifact that says whenever you discard a card, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. You can draw a card, create a treasure token, or have each opponent lose 3 life. Now, if you discard 3 cards at once with something like Brass's Tunnel Grinder, you'll get to go ahead and choose each individual mode. And it says this turn, so you can do this once on your turn, and then once on your opponent's turn. So this card, I was really excited to build around it because it's got like a full package of text on it. It is truly 2025 Magic design, because you get card draw, you get ramp, and you get burn. You get a win con in a singular card. And so I try to build heavily around it in this deck. This will be probably the first of many Monument to Endurance decks that I will try out. But this deck, we're playing Boros and trying to get a bunch of discard triggers from, in particular, Artist Talent. This is a 2-mana enchantment class that says whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. So if you noticed, we're not really playing many creatures besides Beza, just to help us stabilize here. We're playing a bunch of non-creatures. So that, if we get that with Artist Talent, that works well. Obviously, I already mentioned Brass's Tunnel Grinder as a good way to go off with the Monument to Endurance. Another one, this is a new card. I'm playing it because, well, artifacts will probably be a bit more prevalent in Standard thanks to Aether Drift. And we got this cool card, Skycrash, that you can either pay 2 at instant speed to destroy a target artifact, or you can pay 1 red and cycle it. Now, cycling, you pay the cycle cost, and then you discard a card and draw a card. So this is 1-mana cantrip that also triggers our Monument to Endurance. That's the way I'm looking at it. It is also situationally removal, but being a 1-mana instant speed cantrip where we can trigger Monument to Endurance on the opponent's turn is very nice. Now, there's one other card before we hop into the games that I want to shout out in this deck, which is Fomori Vault. This card is really good in this deck because it is basically just a way in your lands that you can trigger Monument to Endurance. So if you need to trigger Monument to Endurance on your turn to deal 3 damage to your opponent or make the opponent lose 3 life, you can cast one of your spells, and then on your opponent's turn, you can go ahead and activate Fomori Vault to also burn your opponent. So that's the idea behind the deck. Let's hop into some games and see how we can do on the ranked ladder. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, let me know what you want to see from Aether Drift, and let's get into the games. Alright, what goes first? Not a great thing to see. We don't have our Authority of the Consuls to go with Split Up. We have the new Verge land, which we're also playing, but this hand's not bad. We have Sweeper on 3, so hopefully that's good enough. We also have Ghost Vacuum for Graveyard Hate for the relevant decks. Okay, we got Authority of Consuls off the top deck, so that means we can pretty much full sweep the board because creatures that enter the battlefield are going to be tapped, and then we can just, the creatures that are all on the battlefield are probably going to be attacking. I guess Vigilance is one thing that could mess up this plan, but we'll go ahead and play Ghost Vacuum. I don't think it's going to be super relevant, but can't hurt to play it, especially if the opponent is playing like Dewdrop here or Raise the Past. Okay, well, we have 2 sweepers into a go wide aggressive deck. This feels really brutal because the opponent did not draw into any of their card draw engines. So this might be just be a free win. Boom. Notably, I want to say we are playing Monument to Endurance in a kind of control shell. If you saw any of the early access content, A lot of people, oh, this is a new card. This was one of the cats that I kind of failed to mention in my uncommons. I talked about a different uncommon cat, but this one's pretty good. But we're playing Monument to Endurance in a more like spell slinger deck, because I think if you're gonna plan to play the Marauding Mako cards and stuff like that, you don't really want to play the Monument to Endurance because you're already leaning into an aggressive creature-based strategy. I think that's kind of one thing I noticed from the early access content was Monument to Endurance. It's a good payoff, but it didn't quite fit with the Marauding Mako type cards. Opponent will not be able to saddle it. Already the Consuls shutting down saddle is pretty funny. And we're about to gain like a bajillion life, and then we can sweep the board again. And we just need to top deck well. We'll go ahead, grab probably the Squire. I could play out Beza if I want to tempt fate. Probably not a bad idea, but Beza also works pretty well after we sweep the board. So we'll just do that. But we got more of this just Boros control draw this game, which is a little unfortunate. We didn't get to play much of the new cards besides Sunbillow Verge. We will be able to pop this Ghost Vacuum, which is kind of cool. Can't really do anything. Can take it up to start increasing the loyalty, but
trust yourself and you shall win.
Okay, that is a cycle. So hopefully we draw into something cool. Nope. I can play a top land. I'll play the Beza to threaten the Planeswalker, gain a bit of life. And next turn we can pop the Ghost Vacuum and get a bunch of cats, which is kind of crazy. Our Graveyard Hate also might just win us the game. If they crack that food, they get like 1/1 cat token. Which is pretty good.
Let me show you how to fight.
Get a 1/1. Oh wait, it's tapped. I forgot about that. Don't forget to crack or get this going. Oh, we don't even need to swing into a Johnny if we don't want to. I think we will, regardless. We're gonna start holding lands so we have something to discard.
Don't forget my
We can only activate this as a sorcery. Actually, I probably should get lost to Johnny. I wasn't thinking we're gonna have to get in 2 hits, which is not very good. Okay, well, kind of a waste of a swing. I don't want to talk about it.
I helped all I could.
Don't want to talk about it. This Ghost Vacuum should be pretty cool next turn, but I'm not sure it's going to win us the game. The opponent has been top decking well, and Get Lost is really bad into creature decks. We're playing it just because it can hit enchantment and planeswalkers mostly. Opponent is going to clobber us. Youch. Activate the Ghost Vacuum, grab the last cat, and then I guess we'll just go for the cats. Can we out-cat the cat deck? Oh, they're all flying. I forgot about that. Oh dear god. That's oh, they're also not tokens, so that triggers Erebos. Okay, well, Ghost Vacuum, everybody. What a good card. Oh my god. Okay, well, this hand has the talent, but the 1 land means I don't think we should keep it. Okay, this hand, pretty good. A lot of tap lands, though. Do we get rid of Tunnel Grinder? We want the Talon, I think, so we put that away. I think we go Authority of the Consuls turn 1. Let's look at the top card. Porch, probably would prefer to have a sweeper. I guess it's a good question if we need to be playing. Okay, there we go. We got the pieces assembled. The opponent played an island though. That is scary. Island means there could be a lot of different things in store for us. There could be merfolk, there could be Azorius control, there could be even more things. Aw man, I want this talent to resolve, but the opponent has mana open. Okay, that... There was no stick. Okay, the opponent did not have a counterspell. Eternal Wanderer could be good if they're control deck. They could be Azorius Flash. Which case, is Eternal Wanderer that good? I mean, we only have one Wanderer. Let's just keep it for right now. No, the opponent is looking at our talent, which is scary. Because the opponent probably is going to murder the talent. No! We didn't even get to get our monument to resolve. I think the next thing I'm going to try is probably monument in like an Is It deck, because I feel like it probably is going to fit well. We'll just ramp with our talent. We'll play another talent. We're not going to discard the Wanderer because we want to be able to threaten a Planeswalker. 3 steps ahead again. Interesting. What is the opponent building to is the question. Is it just a mill deck? Wow. Wow. A full cost Memory Guardian. That is not it, opponent. I hate to inform you. That is definitely not the move. Well, we can blink the Memory Guardian with the Eternal Wanderer, but that could be bad if the opponent plays like a synthesizer. Your artifacts decks, it's not great to include non-artifacts into it, obviously, but you can see their Memory Guardian, if they had artifacts instead of those things, it probably would have been better. We'll make a 2/2. I'll hold on to the land to discard. Simulation Aegis. Interesting. Rated net. That can tap our Planeswalker, so we can't use it. Which is interesting.
My allies.
Planeswalker getting tapped. Unfortunate for us. We'll just activate our mainland. We're playing one copy of it just in case. Well, I know that we're about to lose this game though. Yeah, okay. Your Hulk's gonna be brutal. They countered our monument, and then they countered pretty much everything else. It was bad. Bad for us. Can tap our Bivouac. Braided net. Interesting. They're not gonna tap it. Play land, act or level up talent, and we're on the just hope plan. Lots and lots of hope. About to take 9. Yeah. That's no good. That is no good. This card is so good, man. It's like a ridiculous body, but it also removes something. The lands. How have we drawn so many lands? Oh, magic. Okay, we're just gonna hope this looks like keepable. Need a land drop, but probably can make it happen. We have the tome to help make it happen. We have the talent to help make it happen. Opponent mono black. Can't duress away the talent now. Final challenge. Oh no, it's blue. It's Dimir. It's Dimir. It is Dimir. I'm gonna get rid of the torch the tower, I think. No, I won't. Probably get rid of. Probably split up. We drew today of Judgment, so that's pretty good. We replaced our split up with a unconditional wrath. Oh, it's toxic. Okay, never mind. I'm no longer afraid. I will proceed to bolt the opponent in the face repeatedly. I think that's my plan. Do we need to draw a card or make a treasure? Well, Day of Judgment is completely useless, so we can discard that. Opponent might have a bounce spell. Yeah. Can't have anything in standard anymore. I can play Authority of the Consuls, but it's not going to do anything. Well, it actually allows us to dig for a land. Discard the Get Lost. That's not going to be useful into a deck with like 4 creatures in it. That's good. It pairs well with the Monument. The Monument's probably going to get countered. Last game, we drew into all of our lands. This game, 0. Missed land drops, you get counterspelled. What? Being allowed. Discard that. Top 16 cards, 3 lands. Okay. I'm not mad. Not mad at all. Okay, there we go. Play another. So we can start bolting our opponent. Sure. Home's not bad. Torch is pretty irrelevant. We have like nothing to target. We need to draw? No, we'll just bolt the opponent. Then next turn we bolt them with Skycrash by cycling it. They're out of blue mana, so we can go ahead and do this. I might want to draw a card, to be honest, but we'll hope that we at least get some action out of this Mazemind Tome. Another 3 damage. Every spell we play now has a lightning bolt attached to it. A lightning bolt homing the opponent's face. Also known as a bolt wave. Alright. Discard a useless card. Please. Let me discard. Bolt ya. Draw a card. Talent is good because that means we can trigger the Monument twice and start drawing a card and bolting. One has us up to 4. We have them down to 8. Good. We can torch, so they would help us if they actually win for that. But it looks like they're gonna bounce. Nope. They're looking for a bounce spell, probably. This deck, the way I built it, is kind of flimsy in the sense that we want our monument very badly. Ghost Vacuum is another way to trigger the monument. I think I'm going to discard this. That is a bolt to the face. Discard the Vantage. Hopefully find something else that we can cast on the opponent's turn. That is a card. We will draw a card. The land. Don't mind that. Torch. We can target our own things with Get Lost. So we'll keep that. Create a treasure. And then I think we win on... No, we don't. I can't count. If I play this talent, what happens? Nothing really. We'll just draw a card with the tome. Okay, now we can play the talent. Or we could get lost one of our talents on their turn to bolt them for 3, but that's not very good either. We've hit all of the Monument to Endurance triggers. We'll just play this, discard, cycle this split up. Not very good into what the opponent's doing here. Alright, that's a Helix. We will definitely keep that. And here we hope. I could be eating spells with the Ghost Vacuum, but I don't think they're gonna do anything. They need to cast 4 spells. They have 6 mana, so it's possible. There's like a lot of spells in their deck that require targets. Targets to be relevant. Alright, well. Here goes nothing. Monument to Endurance. And we bolt you in the face. GG. Okay, well. Already the Consuls turn 1. We need to draw some lands, but I'm tempted to keep it. You know? Just draw lands. Top deck, good card. Yes. Magic. Shadowy Backstreet. So the opponent might be playing a new Ketramos deck, which would be really cool to see. I'm still scared. I would be scared though at the same time. Alright, we'll take another land. Ketramos. Do we have removal for Ketramos? We do not. Wait a minute. I don't have any exile removal in the deck. What's gonna put something in the grave? Or is this just a Reanimator deck? It's probably just a Reanimator deck now that I think about it. But Reanimator sweepers are pretty good into it as long as the opponent's not reanimating like a combo with Omniscience. Like if you reanimate Valgaloth, you don't really get to do much if that Valgaloth just gets sweeped for 3 mana. Of course, you can give it haste if you have red in your deck. Or you don't even need red in your deck anymore. There is the new... I didn't talk about the lands, but the lands actually might be pretty darn good, all things considered. Alright, we will play a Plains, play the Beza to draw a card. Nothing to trigger our Monument, unfortunately, yet. Well, we have the Fomori Vault to trigger the Monument, but I think we'll hold off. Opponent. Rowan's Grim Search. 3 mana, instant. To just draw 2, lose 2, unless it's bargained. Might start activating the vault. The art for this card is just phenomenal, I have to say. Shout out to Jonas Darrow. Cool card. Lightning Helix, but no talent. We haven't found our cycling cards. Okay, that's a good card to have. I can swing in. Alright, well. Whatever. Discard and draw. and draw. I could actually make a treasure to set up Eternal Wanderer, which would be good, but I kind of wanted the ooh, torch is actually kind of nice here, because we can get rid of the blocker and just swing in. Unless the opponent has like a bargain. I guess Rowan's Grim Search kind of works well with the Blitzkin Doll, because you can sacrifice it since it's an artifact. Boom! Asking you rule shall receive, though. The opponent hit 3 of them. That's kind of crazy. It's gonna hurt. It is going to hurt, though. Authority of the Consuls probably not going to do much besides stop a Valgavoth from immediately swinging in. Do wonder if the opponent's playing any new cards. There is a vehicle that seems reasonable to reanimate, and it's a white vehicle that can be reanimated and turned into a creature using a new white 4-mana kind of like zombify artifact refurbish card. It's really just refurbish, but turns vehicles into creatures. I want to put Atraxa, so I guess it's going to be Atraxa, which we can blink. Probably not a good idea to blink Atraxa, though. The Atraxa is going to be tapped, though, so we can just kill Atraxa with Split Up and then attack in, which is kind of funny. Yep, there's Atraxa. Valgavoth, what do we got? Valgavoth, Bitter Triumph, Rite of the Moss, Splitskin. Yeah, they're definitely playing a bargain Reanimator deck where you can find Rite of the Moth and Zombify using Beseech the Mirror. Whoa. Gonna be discarding Valgavoth to hand size, probably. Destroy all tap creatures and just swing in. We're only playing 2 of the Volts, but we managed to draw both of them. Alright, come on, opponent. The viewers are getting bored. I'm losing viewer retention as we speak. Okay. They finally discarded their cards. Pause there for a second. I will discard, or trial tapped. Choose the correct one, don't mess up. Swing in. Down to 8. We can actually maybe bolt the opponent using Fomori Volt, which is funny. Valgavoth coming back, or Atraxa coming back. They discarded the Rite of the Moth, which is interesting. Zombify Atraxa. Okay. You have a way of milling us. Because Atraxa's not, or that's not going to do much. It's not going to do much when I just destroy all tapped creatures again. Maybe Split Up is good. I've gone back and forth on this card, like, frequently, because it's so good with the Authority of Consuls, but outside of that, it can be pretty bad. Got removal, Bitter Triumph. I mean, just let it hit you, opponent. We're definitely not going to bolt you and then bolt you again. Okay, we'll play that land. Do we need a Fomori Volt? Away the Eternal Wanderer. Well, we can always do that on their turn. We can also Lightning Helix. I think we Fomori Vault away the Eternal Wanderer so we can potentially find a talent and then cast the Lightning Helix with the talent. I'm not entirely sure. Oh wait, I should have discarded in response. That's not good. Okay, well, the Eternal Wanderer will be theirs to have, but we'll play it, or discard at their end step. Can blink an artifact though. That might be problematic, but it comes back eventually. Take 3. We take land. And then Oh, they can only cast the cards on their turn, so we'll just discard a card. Take 3. Yeah, we'll take the Parlor. And then bolt you in the face. Okay, GG. Alright, we have time for one more game. I think I can squeeze in one more game before I gotta call it. Opponent goes first. Not great, but 40 the Consuls. Get lost. Torch the tower. I mean, it's good into aggro. Opponent's probably playing Dimir though. Nope. Okay. Wait a minute. This is a raise the pass deck. That's not good. I'm gonna hold up Torch to blow up the Hinterland Sanctifier, just in case they are just mono white life gain. Though I guess if we should hold on to the Torch for the Enduring Innocence. That's not a big deal. Might just cycle the Skycrash then. Yeah, we'll cycle the Skycrash. We need to find a sweeper. Okay, talent is nice. It's not a sweeper though. Well, we're not taking a bunch of damage yet. But I think we run out the talent. To try and allow us to dig deeper here. It looks like the opponent's on mono white life gain, so we don't need to worry as much about graveyard shenanigans. That is kind of the card, one of the cards that I was worried about, but we have the get lost to deal with it. Map tokens are going to give them, they're kind of bad for us though. We could torch into get lost, but that actually doesn't do anything. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. I'll play this. I can get rid of a get lost. I feel like I should hold on to Beza. It can help us draw cards. We'll get rid of a get lost. Then we will get lost a Johnny when they go to attack. We can discard the mountain. Because if we do it when they go to attack, we can prevent... Okay, I suddenly am regretting things. I am suddenly regretting things. If we get lost when they go to attack, we can prevent them from using the maps pre-combat. But we will see how this game turns out very quickly here. Those are some big cats. Go up to 5. We can torch and lightning strike to kill it. If they map on it and hit something that isn't. Okay. We can still kill the Ajani's Pridemate, which is good. Or we could top deck a sweeper, which also would be pretty good. The maps, though, did set up the top of their deck really well here. Oh, the Monument to Endurance would be so good if we could get it down before we go for this removal here, but I could dump the Beza potentially. Alright, well, I think we have to do this pretty much regardless. Nah, Beza's too good. I think we just genuinely decline both of these. And then we can run out Beza to draw a card, gain some life, and make some blockers. Opponent probably has a Sheltered by Ghost eventually. Deal with our cards, but we can hope. If we top deck a land, that can allow us to level up talent and then play the endurance, which would be nice. Opponent got a lot of life, though. Gonna be a bit of grind. Oh no, the literal worst possible card for us. Skycrash is not gonna do it. I guess we gotta go Beza and draw that sweeper. This could find us a land drop, like a surveil land, which could be relevant. Monument. Oh boy. The sanctifiers are like blockable with Beza, which is nice. That's concerning. Where are the sweepers? We've gone through 16 cards. We're playing 6 sweepers, so shouldn't be hard to eventually run into one. Altered by Ghosts. Interesting move. I feel like that was not necessary, but time will tell. That's death. That looks like a lot of death. We could top deck a split up. Not a split up. That was not a split up, unfortunately for us. Wrath? Nope, still not a Wrath. Top 20 cards, and we did not find one of our 6 sweepers. Unfortunate. And we drew into... well, I guess I discarded to get lost. It was all my fault. Okay, well that is going to do it for this deck. I think Monument to Endurance showed a lot of promise in these games. We didn't get to play a ton of games. We did go 3-2 according to Untapped. So Monument to Endurance, I'm still thinking about this card. I think it's probably obviously going to be a little bit stronger in Izzet colors because blue and red naturally have a bit more discard synergies. You have a sweeper that allows you to discard cards, so that's going to work well with the Endurance. So I will probably try Izzet colors next with Monument to Endurance. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider leaving a like, commenting, letting me know well, any feedback you have, and if there's anything in Aether Drift that you would like to see, or if you have any ideas to break Monument to Endurance. I'm all ears. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice morning, evening, night, afternoon, wherever and whenever you're watching. Take care of yourself. Ciao.